Next one, go down to the high school level. So over this weekend, we saw 17-year-old high schooler Christian Miller break the United States U20 100-meter record with a time of 9.93 meters. Christian Miller, who is going to be going to Georgia, his personal best was 10.08 that he ran at U20 USA Championships last year. And he broke what was Trayvon Bromell's U20 record, which was, I think, 9.99, something like that. So, Noah, what's that's crazy. 9.93. What are these kids eating nowadays that's helping them run these insane times?
These kids are incredible, man. I think training is obviously has to have gotten better at the high school level somewhere along the late 2010s, leading into this decade now. But dude, this kid that's crazy. And I run to that track every day. Like the track he did that at in Claremont, Florida, like I run to that track every day. Like that's really not a fast track considered to be a fast. It's a track that we beat up on every day of the year. You know, like they don't really resurface it. That is special for him to do that. Looking forward, is he a contender to make the team? Like, where are we going with this? You know, like he beat some guys that are going to be on USA's relay team at World Relays in a couple weeks. So, you know, it's early. A lot of the pros aren't in true form, but like, I don't think he's ran that many times this year.
Yeah, no, like a 9, like if you're running a 9.9 like that, like you're in that team, like contention at bare minimum to make a final. Like, and if you win a final, then, you know, anything can happen, you know, and anything can happen if you're making to that final. And so, yeah, I mean, right now it's definitely like, yo, you're on watch. Like we got to see what's going to happen with you later. I think what gets a lot of the high school athlete, because I mean, what we saw last year was it Mia Brahe Peterson on the women's side who made the final. I think she got like 6th or 7th, something like that. It was a high school junior, by the way, which is crazy. So yeah, I think like he could do it. What happens, I feel, a lot of these high schools, once you get to those big U.S. championships, like, hey, you may not be used to running 3 or 4 rounds, you know, and then now you're also going up against, hey, I'm not just running against, you know, Joe from my biology class. Like you're going up against Christian Coleman, Fred Curley, Trayvon Bromell, you know, it's Noah Lyles. It's a little different on that starting line when you're lining up against them. But like, yeah, there's some dogs right now that are in that U20. Like you got Arian Knighton, Latsili Tabogo, Christian Miller now. Like there's this next generation of the hundreds looking ridiculous.
It's looking crazy. And I haven't heard much from Asama Singa this year. I believe he's at A&M. I don't know if he's suspended. I don't know the status on what he has going on, but he's just another name that I would throw into that pot because he's also run sub 10. I think it was a legal wind.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, he had the suspension or it was a provisional suspension from WADA, which like technically you can still run in the NCAA, but I haven't seen him run, or I think you can still run. I don't really know. I'm pretty sure you can still run, but I haven't seen him run. I think he's on the roster. Like if you go to Texas A&M's thing, I think he's on, like he's there. But like you said, I haven't seen him run. I guess they're trying to figure out this whole like what's going on there. But yeah, like he's the dog too. So it's like, yeah, these U20s are just putting up crazy. You got Quincy out of Bullis who's doing crazy, a sophomore doing crazy stuff you know, in the 800 and the 400 and everything. So it's like, man, it's crazy. So, and then another guy in the SEC. I know you probably would have loved to see a different school there in the SEC other than Georgia, maybe in LSU, but still, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good, man. When I first saw that, you know, UGA committed, I didn't like that, but you know, this was the best decision for him, you know. But 993, man, that's special. So congrats to him if he sees this.
100%.